Michelle Song is the CEO of Atelier Song, an interior design brand based in New York. And Michelle, welcome, and share with us your inspiration. Like, how did you become an interior designer? What inspired you?
Well, where it all began was that my mother had a brief career as a theater actress. And growing up in the theater industry and seeing how the production of the stage has been made, I was so fascinated about how to transform a space through visual narrative. So that has been my dream since the beginning. And years later, I attended FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology, and completed my 4 years in BFA in interior design and minor in art history. And afterwards, I was working for an architect in New York. And then during the COVID-19 pandemic, there were so many changes. Every design industry meetings and the gatherings were shifted toward online. And that's when I thought it was such a great opportunity to expand my network in Europe and in Asia. So ever since then, I've been working with designers, Italian designers and architects in Milan and Rome, and eventually which led to me opening my own office, which allowed me to collaborate with different designers and architects and for me to travel abroad as well.
Well, I was going to ask about that because you're not just an interior designer, you're a business person and a startup, but like an entrepreneur. So how does all that work?
Through collaboration always, because I find that working with, well, let's say for architectural projects, architecture and interior design is inseparable. And along with whatever is going on inside, let's say furniture design, selection of the art, working with the gallery, it's such a big project, which every project is different and so diverse, and which is very, very exciting.
Yeah. How would you describe your design philosophy? How do you work that into your projects?
I would say my design philosophy is that from the beginning, it always has been creating a backdrop for people's memories. And since we spend so much of our time indoors, I believe that the space should not only be comfortable, but also beautiful and benefiting the people that are in it.
Oh, that's interesting. You're right. I mean, we're inside so much, we should be inspired by the spaces that we're in. Can you talk about some of your significant projects that you've done?
Currently, I'm working on a project on 57th Street with Leslie. It's a men's fashion brand. It's another like combination of another like fashion, interior design, which is very exciting. But when I really look back, one of the most memorable projects that I had was working for a 5-star hotel in Saudi Arabia. And I was the art director for the project, and we managed to produce and source for private clients and producing 250 original artwork and prints to be furnished throughout the 43 villas in that 5-star hotel in the diplomatic district of Riyadh.
Yeah.
And about challenges, let's say, my mentor, Avi Benayoun, he always emphasized me that no matter what you do, you're always dealing with people. You're always working for people, whether it's designing a space, furniture, selecting artwork, it's for the people, you know. And he said it's so important that you deliver the work diligently and build a trust with the people that are involved in it and respect the people who does the work altogether. With his advice, we finished the project, which was 3 years long project. And the client was very, very happy about the outcome.
That sounds like a very interesting project. And there's so much kind of things going on in Saudi Arabia that, you know, they're really building a lot. What are some trends that you see emerging in interior design?
I would say I believe in technology, the integration of technology in interior design. For example, like there's more and more clients asking for like realistic 3D renderings and the virtual walkthrough. Like as long as you have a phone, you don't even need a laptop or a fast computer. As long as you have a phone, you can virtually walk through the space that we designed for you. And one particular project that I did with the New York developers is that to take the Midtown commercial building and convert it into the residential units. So it was a big project because each unit have like 9 apartments, and it was a big building. And we were in charge of interior design and the integration of the 3D and virtual walkthroughs. So by the time the completion of the construction, they already had most of the units were rented out, because when we design those spaces, we studied the demographic of who are the potential buyers and what kind of a design that they prefer. So we offer them 2 to 3 different design options, so they could already visualize what their space would look like. So most of the rental units were rented out.
Wow. So the tech really to help with that. And you mentioned Saudi Arabia, Asia, Italy. How do you incorporate kind of the global perspective into your work?
To be honest, the more I travel, the more I learn and to be humbled by how the local architects adapted to their unique topography and the cultural context. And again, like going back to how inseparable like art and architecture is, for me, it's such an exciting opportunity to work with various architects and the professionals to create beautiful spaces.
Yeah, and there's so much interesting architecture around the world that you can take a look at and incorporate. So what's the future for Atelier? Like, how do you make sure that you keep your business on the cutting edge and continue to have success?
Well, in terms of in the bigger picture, like the design industry is such a fast-paced industry and many things change so fast. And but for me, what I truly believe in, there is a Korean idiom that is called ongo jishin, which means to take from the past to learn for the future, which really applies to the whole ethos of my company. Because there are so many projects and the clients that they want to create something that's trendy. But what I really truly believe in is that each project and each property have their own character and like deeply rooted history and cultural context. So for us, let's say we take whatever that they already have and we transform it to something that's fresh and original. And whatever the project that they have, we're always here to make it into the reality, into their vision.
Very interesting. Michelle, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.